Welcome to Usualmike Television, your home action figure news. Yes, this morning, for me anyway, at 2 AM was the Haslab Rancor on the Hasbro live stream. They showed some new images. I think most of them are digital renders. There could be some prototype ones. A couple of different colors of grey. We'll share those photos on the screen right now. And they talked about the first tier. As you know, they want this back to 9,000. Then it will become a thing. And then once we go past another threshold, which is 11,000, we'll get ourselves one of these, a Gamorrean Guard. Now the Gamorrean Guard is very cool looking, but to some fans, we already have this. And the fact it's on a Power of the Force card with a coin kind of defeats the purpose of it being Black Series because they were never in that size. Anyway, Gamorrean Guard, there he is in Kenner, was on one of those cards. The reissue of the Gamorrean Guard in the Vintage Collection, we never saw on one of those cards. Now we do in Black Series. It's to bring some of the TVC fans into this Haslab. It's probably to boost the numbers. I'm hoping it gets over the line. We don't want a Cookie Monster again where it fails to back. However, everyone said this is kind of something they should have had later on down the track. Start with Ula, put Malakili. The coin itself is a little bit upsized from what you're familiar with traditionally with all of the coins you've seen over the years. Usually the diameter of the coins, which we last saw with the yak face that came with the barge, is traditionally the size of a silver dollar. This one has been upsized to a medallion size. So I'll put a picture up to show you the medallion size coin so it's a little bit bigger. Very, very nice. Would they ever sell that separately one day? Probably not. They want that exclusively for the Haslab. Possibly on the back they may do something like this, where the back of that one we'll have an image of the Rancor and the Gamorrean Guard possibly in the same image. It'll work something like that. There'll be no number on it, of course, because it's a Black Series figure and not a Vintage Collection, but that's how it's going to work. What do you think? Gamorrean Guard? Thoughts down below. Also, in other news, I also found in store the Build Out Pack. Funny that name. It is 6-inch figures. This box is massive. Here's a little bit of the video. As you can see, it was just laying flat on the shelf. Looks pretty cool, featuring Mando, the Child, the Pram, Imperial Death Trooper, Rey, Vader, and Luke. Very interesting cast of characters. Available now in Australia, $35, but also seen in New Zealand. I got tipped off from one of my New Zealand subscribers. Thank you very much. Also available over there. Didn't know what store it was. Probably the warehouse. Just a quick little news bite. Let me know what you think of very cool. Would you pick one of these up? Awesome stuff. Thank you very much. My name is Usualmike. You can become a member by hitting the join button and becoming a member of the channel, which helps us make more videos. You can also buy something at the Amazon Influencer store. Link in the description down below. Doesn't cost you any more, helps out the channel as well. And there is a Redbubble store for the merch as well. If you'd like to follow me on social media, I'm on Twitter at Usualmike30 or on Instagram at Usualmike TV. If you haven't done so already, hit subscribe, tap that little bell notification, slap a like on the video if you've enjoyed it, and I'll see you guys next time. All the best.